my view, cloud computing is any set of services, whether those are full-fledged applications like a Gmail or platform as a service like Amazon Web Services that are run in somebody else's data center on somebody else's infrastructure by somebody else's people. It's a pretty simple world. And they're generally accessed by your users over standard protocols, often the web, but not always. And we really see that as the trend in computing. You've heard a lot about the next generation, whatever you want to call it, the next wave. But we really see that as where the entire industry is moving. And when we talk to schools, I really see a couple of major reasons that people go this way. The first and simplest is cost. It's often cheaper, in several cases for universities and schools today, free cloud computing services available. It's a very attractive model, obviously, compared to our current cost infrastructure. I think just as important as cost, though, are the new capabilities you can enable. And some of those are really centered around collaboration. Often we see enhanced collaboration capabilities when we move data into a single cloud place that I can now go and work in real time with my colleagues. And not only collaboration within the institution, but collaboration between institutions, which is increasingly very critical, both between universities as well as school districts. How do I share information and leverage the same services, whether I'm talking to a fellow professor, a fellow classmate, or a friend of mine in a different school? I also think there's a real drive to improve innovation in how we can provision services. And one of the major pain points I've seen from a lot of schools is it takes a long time to get the next version rolled out. And we're always hearing, well, the fix to your problem is in the next release, and we'll see it in a year or 2 years or 3 years. And then there's a major user training experience that goes through when we get that next version rolled out. And what happens when you move to the cloud is that becomes somebody else's problem. But realistically, cloud providers can provide very quick innovation. So in the Google world, in our applications, we actually put new code on servers roughly every 2 weeks for you. A lot of those are minor bug fixes, they're small back-end changes, but it means that we can actually roll new features to users almost on a 2-week, 3-week basis very regularly. And all of a sudden, you have much quicker access to the next generation of technology and a much smaller delta between what you're using today and what you're using tomorrow for your users. It really eases that user training issue that we often see in transitions to technology. And I think the last big thing, and a lot of folks have talked about it here, is access. What kind of devices can I access my services from? Once they're moved into the cloud, I'll be giving a presentation later today if you guys want to hear more of what we think. But I was reading it this morning on my iPhone after I edited it on my laptop, and I don't have to worry about where my data is, what version it's on, where can I run it. I can access my data from any of my